Hi class. So for today's class, we're going to go ahead and do an English intermediate grammar review. This is going to be part number 2. I know that a lot of you have asked questions because sometimes you might forget verbs, you might forget tenses. So we're going to go ahead and do grammar review part number 2 tonight. First, we're going to go ahead and cover there is, there are. Second, we're going to cover can and can't. And then third, we're going to cover am, is, and are. So first, let's get started with part 1, there is and there are. So remember, let's make sure that we understand, what there is and there are. So we have 4 different pictures here. Let me go ahead and number the pictures so that we know what we're talking about. So picture number 1 will be this one. Picture number 2 will be this one. Picture number 3 will be this one. And picture number 4 will be this one. So picture number 1, if you look at the picture, there is one house. Picture number 2, there are 2 houses. Picture number 3, there is a restaurant. Picture number 4, there are 3 restaurants. So first, we want to go ahead and remember, why do we use one and why do we use the other? So the first thing we want to remember is there is going to be used for singular items. So here it's one, there's only one house. There's one, there is only one restaurant. For the opposite one, and we want to make sure that we know the difference. When we use there are, we're talking about plural items. When we say plural, it's more than 1, 2, 3. So that is when we use there are 2, there are 3. And just to have a few other examples for my students who might need additional help, we'll put an example on this side for there are. For example, let's say that we have 3 children. We're going to say there are 3 children. That would be our example of there are. Let's go to there is. What if we have the same thing, but instead of having 3, we only have 1 child? Now we're going to say there is 1 child. So again, remember, singular, we talk about 1. Plural, we're talking about more than 1. So let's clear this. Let's go to the next slide. And here we have, there is and there are. So our sentences are going to have the following. They might have there is, or they might have there are. So it is up to you to determine which one it is. So if you want to go ahead and pause this, you may. All I'm going to do is read the paragraph for you. So it says, complete the sentences. There is, there are. Hello, my name is Musa. My family and I live in an apartment on Main Street. Blank, 2 bedrooms in the apartment. Blank, a kitchen and blank, a living room. Blank, 2 bathrooms. Blank, actually, there was no blank. On Main Street, blank, a drugstore next to the bank. Blank, a gas station across the drugstore. Blank, 3 restaurants on Main Street, and blank, 1 on school. So what we want to do is, if you have a copy and if you know how to use technology, I want you to go ahead and go in here and give me your answer. I'm going to help you with number 1. So hello, my name is Musa. My family and I live in an apartment on Main Street. There are. Why is there are? Let's look at what follows. We're looking at 2. Let's look at a kitchen, a living room, a drugstore, a gas station, 3 restaurants, and 1 school. One of the things that I want you to remember, when we use the letter A, we're still talking about 1. So based on the information we saw earlier, you're gonna tell me which one is for 1 and which one is for 2. So if you wanna pause the video now, please pause it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue next. Okay, but again, remember, if you need to pause, please pause. Moving on to the second activity. Here it says choose the correct answers. Use the grammar rule to help you. We're still doing the word there is and there are. So I'm only going to read 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will not give you the answers. We'll do the answers on Tuesday when we see each other. So for number 1, there is or there are a library. For number 2, there are 1 hospital in the town. Number 3, there are 2 ATMs in the shopping center. Number 4, there are a living room next to the kitchen. 5, there are 2 laundromats on Hill Street. Number 6, there are 6 computers. So what I want you to do is pause and try to work through these 6 sentences, please. Once you're ready, you can play the video again. Now we're going to go to part number 2. Now we're doing the practice for can't and can't. So for can and can't, I want you to look at how we use them. Remember that we have pronouns I, he, she, we, you, and they. These are not going to be changing. So let's remember that we have to memorize them. So remember, we start with the word I. I can use a computer. I can't fix a car. He can use a computer. He can't fix a car. She can use a computer. She can't fix a car. We can use a computer. We can't fix a car. You can use a computer. You can't fix a car. They can use a computer. They can't fix a car. So let's go ahead and practice. I want you to practice. Let's pronounce the first word, can. And remember, we want to make sure that we can make an emphasis on the letter N. Can. The next word, can't. Word number 2, remember we have a T. Can't. Let's go ahead and try again. Can. Can't. One more time. Can. Can't. So let's go ahead and clear this and move on to the next slide. The next slide, we want to complete the sentences with the word can or can't. So here it says, hello, my name is Jeremy. We want to make sure that we understand what Jeremy is able to do. So I blank fix cars. I blank use a computer. I blank clean buildings. I blank use a cash register. I blank apply for a job as a mechanic, or I blank apply for a job as a cashier. So let me go ahead and help you with this particular activity today. So let's go ahead and look at the picture. I'm sorry that I had not shared the picture first with you. So if you look at Jeremy, we have a few pictures of Jeremy. Okay, can Jeremy fix a car? Can Jeremy use a computer? Can Jeremy clean buildings? Can Jeremy use a cash register? Can Jeremy apply for a job as a mechanic? And can Jeremy apply for a job as a cashier? You will be determining this. Okay, remember again, okay, I will not, okay, we'll go over this. I'm not going to give you the answers, but really quick before, I want to make sure that we know that we can use, okay, any of these to write our responses. So if we want to say can or can't, okay, you're able to go ahead and edit the slide. So make sure that you're able to do this. So moving on to practice number 3. So tonight we're going to go ahead and end with am, is, and are. First off, we want to remember, okay, these are all subject pronouns. When we talk about ourselves, we talk about I. If we talk about this man, he will be he. If we talk about this woman, she will be she. Remember that it is not a place, okay? It is not a person. It's a thing, it's an object, or it can also be an animal, like it. This right here is a whiteboard. We are saying it's it. Here, the bottom one, it says you, we, and they. So let's go ahead and repeat these again. I, he, she, it, you, we, and they. So let's go ahead and look at our first assignment for today. We want to make sure that we know how to use the am, are, and is. So here we have the following. Okay, we've now put our pronouns in order. Our order is as follows. Okay, the first one is always going to be I. The second one, you. Then we have the third person, he, she, and it. Then we have we, you, and they. This you, okay, we'll talk about it in class, but do not get confused. Okay, we want to go ahead and clear this. So we're going to go ahead and say I am. You are. He is. She is. It is. We are. You are. They are. So now we're going to go ahead and clear it again. And this time we're going to be adding the word from China. So I am from China. You are from China. He is from China. She is from China. It is from China. We are from China. You are from China. They are from China. So if we have any questions, please let me know when we meet again. Okay, remember, we can always delete this and put a different country. We can say from Mexico, or we can say from Cambodia. So we want to go ahead and look at contractions. And we talked about these in class before, but I want to make sure that we go over them. Contractions just mean that we're making the word short. We're combining two words in English to just make one. So here, remember, I am is two words. Now we're making it into one, and it's I'm. You are, your. He is, he's. She is, she's. It is, it's. We are, were. You are, your. They are, their. So I want you to pronounce these with me because I know some of us have a difficult time with pronunciation. So repeat with me. I am, I'm. You are, your. He is, he's. She is, she's. It is, it's. We are, were. You are, your. They are, their. So I'm just going to go through the second word. And I want you to practice one more time. I'm, your, he's, she's, it's, were, your, and their. So again, you can repeat this as many times as you want, but we are going to move on to our next activity. Our next activity is this. We want to make sure that we understand, okay, how to complete the rest of the sentence. We want to look at the picture. We want to put the word they, I, it, we, or he. So our first one, number one, our first box says she is from France. Number two, blank am from Italy. 3, blank are from Canada. 4, blank is a school. 5, blank is a taxi driver. 6, blank are teachers. So what I want you to do is put pause and then practice doing this on your own. As soon as you're ready, you're going to put play and then you'll continue to the next slide. So our next slide is still practicing M is in R. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here, we want to make sure that we know which word we're going to put. Is it going to be am, is, or are? For example, I/a student. That's number 1. Number 2, he/a teacher. Number 3, they/my grandparents. And number 4, she/a nursing assistant. The same thing. I want you to put pause. I want you to write these. And as soon as you're ready, okay, then you can put play and then move on. So tonight's last activity, we're still doing am, is, and are. Let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we have the word in green and we want to choose which one is correct. I/am from Turkey is number 1. Number 2, he is are from Colombia. 3, she is am from China. 4, we is are from Mexico. 5, they am are from Haiti. 6, you am are from Russia. So, okay, like I said before, okay, you want to put pause, you want to make sure that you write them, and then once you're ready, you can complete. This is the end of tonight's video. If you have any questions, please ask on Tuesday. I will see you all on Tuesday. Thank you and have a good night.